Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the Russell Golf Club, but more importantly, it's the Harcourts Four Seasons auction rooms. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. By way of introduction, my name is Nathan Gilbert, one of two auctioneers working with you today across the 6 properties in an auction lineup, 5 if we include the Colesbury Street sale sold by 2 tremendous agents early last week. Probably Becky. The second auctioneer today is Mark Morrison. We're pleased to be working with you today. Before we get into that very first auction of the day, which will be Lyttelton Street, I want to take this opportunity just to introduce you to a few notables around the room. At the rear we have James Twist and Greg Roberts. They're our business owners. We also have Luke Jensen here from our Kaiapoi office, and also Rachel Ashton. She's our auction coordinator. These people are here to help you in any way, shape or form. To my left here is Jess and Jeremy. They're responsible for the live stream, and we welcome those coming through online, and of course they'll be projecting the imagery and the bids up on the screen very soon. To our owners in the room watching in online, and of course in situ here this morning, a very warm welcome to you, and of course it's a thank you. It's a thank you for your ease of access and your presentation over the last few weeks, but most importantly, it's very much a thank you for your choice in Harcourts Four Seasons. We very much appreciate that you've got choice in the marketplace, and we feel you've made a tremendously wise decision in choosing us today. Of course, to our buyers in the room, all the very best with your bidding this morning and your endeavours. Of course, congratulations and well done for getting yourselves into that cash and unconditional position that you bid by today. Effectively, you have that 10-minute head start on the rest of the market. Take advantage of that opportunity that you have in rooms today, because we know that those conditional parties are always waiting and willing and hoping that properties don't sell. Of course, in every single case today, each one of your listing consultants would have circulated the paperwork, the limb, the title, and of course that auction agreement. On that auction agreement, under clause 2.0, it outlines the code of conduct. Of course, in each case, each one of our owners have set that confidential reserve price. That won't be disclosed to you, the bidders at large, but your job is a very simple one today. It's to bid upwards towards that reserve price, and once it's been reached, if not breached, if you hold that highest bid when the gavel comes to the rostrum up here, then it's a congratulations, you are one of our new owners. During the auctions today, we may, as auctioneers, nominate the increments in which bidding takes place, but don't let us limit you. We'll work with your bids. However, we may refuse a bid if it's not seen in the very best interests of our owner or the value of the property. If there's a dispute in the bidding today, I will simply determine that very quickly on the floor. Otherwise, if need be, we will go back to the very last undisputed bid and we'll re-offer the property up from there. In the absence of your bidding, folks, each one of our owners have given us instructions to place bids on their behalf, always well below the reserve price, only in the absence of your bidding, and we'll clearly identify those as a vendor bid. We'll make it loud and clear. Not our preference to use them, but if you're not bidding, we certainly will be. Around the room, we see some licensed colleagues. They may be bidding on behalf of buyers, either by telephone or in proxy. Be rest assured that we will point them out when they do so, and also be rest assured that we've cited any paperwork that they can move forward on that bona fide basis. Clause 2.6 in the auction agreement, it's a very important one, folks. It states that the vendor may withdraw the property at any time without disclosing the reserve price. I mentioned before, your job is to bid upwards towards that reserve price. If we don't meet it, the auction is certainly not over. We certainly pause, or we will pause with the highest bidder, and we will invite them out into the lounge where negotiations will ensue. Sometimes during those negotiations, our owners say we're comfortable with the selling price and we want to sell immediately to these people outside the room. Therefore, meaning they withdraw the property without disclosing that reserve price. So my sage advice would be, if you're sitting on your hands, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for the property to be called onto the market, you may be bitterly disappointed. Always hold that highest bid. Of course, folks, if you hold that highest bid once we call the property on the market, welcome guys, and you hold that highest bid, before you commence your celebrations, a few obligations being to sign the contract and memorandum, pay that 10% deposit, whilst also acknowledging any GST if that's applicable in Schedule 3, whilst acknowledging that you've received the REA guides. That is the boring part out of the way, folks. I now pass you over to Mark Morrison, who will get us away with Lyttelton Street. All the very best, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Nathan. Yes, well, Nathan's already referred to Aroha, which was brought forward last week and sold. So good to see, and always taking good confidence from the fact that buyers are making moves in the marketplace. Let's take that confidence forward now to our first of the day. I have the privilege of introducing Mr. Jimmy Pattinson. He's a superstar agent. He's one of the nice guys of real estate. He's been looking after our dear owner over the last few weeks here at number 345 Lyttelton Street in Spraydon, Christchurch City. Now, the legal fraternity describe it a little more formally than that. They say it's an estate and freehold. They say today you're securing 519 square metres of freehold land. That is Lot 1. It is Deposited Plan 60866. It's outlined in your record of title. Now, Jimmy, he's been making that overwhelmingly available to you, the premier cash and unconditional buyers in the marketplace. The documentation would have, of course, told you that your settlement date is Friday, the 26th of September 2025. If you're bidding to a different date, you'll know that because our dear owner, she would have signed that off in writing with you prior to now. Schedule 1 outlines an accurate list of chattels. They remain as circulated, as do those further terms of sale, excuse me, clauses 23 to 26 inclusive, as Nathan just outlined, but I just want to reaffirm it. Your bidding today is cash and unconditional in all respects. Well, let's take a little look here in Lyttelton Street. So this really is a beautifully presented home. You can tell if you visited, as I have, that it's been well loved, well cherished and well respected by our lovely owner. It's just in a great location here in Spraydon, so much at your fingertips in terms of shops, amenities, recreation. It is also easy. The home itself, a large parcel. It felt a lot bigger when I visited than the 519 square metres, and the way that the home sits on the land is just so beautiful. That rear section is going to be a delight come spring and summertime. It's well orientated and positioned for you to enjoy that backyard. Any little ones, either two-legged or four-legged, they'll have plenty of space to run around and burn off all of that energy, and you'll just be sitting back on that nice outdoor space there. 3 well-sized bedrooms when you come back inside the home. They just don't make homes of this scale and good proportions like this anymore. So great bedroom sizes as well. You've got extensive double glazing and the heat pump to keep you nice and warm and toasty as well. Folks, that's more than enough from me. I'm more interested to hear your opinion and where we see this one today. Let's get underway with our easiest bid of the day, because it's typically my lowest of the auction. Who's got an opening bid or offer? Who'd like to put the stake in the ground and get things underway? Steering match starts. Where do we get things underway? 600 perhaps, optimistically and comfortably. You'd surely see value there at $600,000, I would have thought. Should be easy as that. At $600,000, do we get things underway? Very good. As you percolate, I don't ever hesitate on behalf of my lovely owner at $600,000. She's really happy to call this home for a whole lot longer at $600,000. So I place a vendor bid there on behalf of my owner at $600,000. A clear statement to the marketplace that we're not for sale at $600,000. I look for, say, $630,000 here. If there's $630,000 or any number north of $600,000, I'm happy to work in your denomination of choice. Is there a bid north of there? At $600,000 vendor bid with me. I put you on notice for the first time as I call it away now at $600,000 here. You can be across to the Port Hills for your weekend recreation, up into the hills for those hikes and those bikes. Second opportunity, come home and enjoy this beautiful home, sitting back with a lemonade in your hand in the backyard. At $600,000, second call. Third call, I call it away now at $600,000 only. Standoffish crowd, never my favourite, Rachel. That's okay though. I'm just going to take another vendor bid at $630,000. I remind you, this is an interactive auction. I look like Jeremy Wells, but it's not the television. This is an auction room here. Is there $650,000? Otherwise, I'm simply going to pass in today at $630,000 once, twice. Third call and opportunity. We're absolutely sure. No problems, Jimmy. We've got a good plan moving forward. I know we've got some people just bubbling away in the background who can't quite get to auction day today. You're working with a few people on this one conditionally. So I would encourage anyone online, anyone here in the room who hasn't viewed 345 Lyttelton Street and you've got more than $630,000, because it's clearly not for sale there, please go and have a chat to Jimmy. He's a good rooster. He's a good man to have a chat to, and you might just end up owning a fantastic home as well. So good luck passing in at $630, not for sale there. If you've got interest north of that, please go and have a chat to Jimmy. Good luck, Jimmy.
All right, folks, we'll move forward to our second offering of the day, brought to the market by Rhiannon Moss from our Belfast office. All ready to go, Rhiannon? Of course we are. 36C Wades Avenue, obviously in St Martin's. I know Rhiannon's had a tremendous campaign over the last few weeks. She would have been circulating all the paperwork to one and all. Of course, we more formally identify this property as a freehold title on some 442 square metres, more or less, being Lot 2, Deposit Plan 78282, all contained and outlined in that record of title I know Rhiannon's been making widely available to all. Possession date and settlement date, one and the same. That's struck down for the 10th of September, just a couple of weeks, and you'll be happily ensconced here. Of course, if you're working to another date, you will already know this because you would have assigned that appropriate paperwork. The chattel list remains unchanged, and I do note, and you'll be fully aware, that the burglar alarm remains on that as-is, where-is basis, and of course clauses 23 through 26. A reminder that you've read those, you understand those, and your bidding, of course, that's on a cash and unconditional basis. Well, I had the pleasure of meeting our owner a couple of nights ago, and the first thing I asked her was, how long has she been here? And I know she's watching it online. Over 20 years. That's how long our Audrey has lived here. Why? Because when you secure a home in St Martin's, you simply don't leave. There's no need to. It's convenience, it's location, and at 36C Wades, it is simply easy care. Yes, original in most respects, this one, but in such amazingly good condition for her age. We begin with that living zone. It's spacious, it's light, it's bright, it's so well anchored in the home, and of course it's so well connected to that kitchen and dining area. You've got that access to outside, to that tremendously easy care garden. Of course, comfortably sized bedrooms. The bathroom, I can test whether the bathtub has actually ever been used. It's in that good condition. Peace of mind by way of those permanent materials, and of course set back from the road for that privacy and peace. You may want to add further value, you may want to sit and forget. Either way, it's a tremendous purchase. Location is everything when buying property in St Martin's. It's just so well connected to the Port Hills, it's so well connected to Christchurch City and its ever increasing vibrancy. Of course, you don't have a walk-in pantry here at Wades, but you don't need it because you've got one down the road called New World. Of course, you're so close to many amenity, and underpinning it all and why people never leave, zone for Cashmere High. An amazing opportunity, folks. I proffer it up to you and call for an opening bid or offer here at 36C Wades Avenue in St Martin's. Where do we go, folks? In your hands. Don't be shy, I'm certainly not. It's never lost on me, Mark, is it? 650 and a very good start down at the rear, and welcome in my starter, my lamplighter. Let's see if we can get you there at the end, but at 650,000. I'm happy to move along in tens at this level, but at 650,000 at the rear, that's Andrew Fitzgerald from Grenadier, I believe, at 650,000. At 6.5, first call. 660. And 660, and welcome in. 2 on the race and straight back at 670, and you'll go 680. Of course you will at 680, and is it 690? 2 on the race at 690. And 700 flat. 700, that 10 at 710,000. And 20 I have. 30 and 40. 50 at 7.5. And 60 at 760. Is it 770 on the retort? But 760 on my left at 760,000. First call at 760. And 5. 765 I have there. And 70. At 770. Another 5 at 775, and why wouldn't you? 780. And 780 I have at 780,000 only. First call. 2.5. So 782.5. 790, well played. Resilient at 790,000. Price. First call at 790. Second call at 790 on my left. Third and final time. Instructions? On the market selling, that might change your mind, Andrew, at 790,000. We do sell away on my left here for one of another bid at 790,000. Happy to move along in a $500 bid if it helps. 2.5. 792.5. 795 I have at 795. You just go 800, surely. But 792 and change.
795 now.
795 on the right. 795, sorry. First call, and we do sell. 800,000. 805. 805,000. On my left again. First call at 805. Twice at 805. You sure, Andrew? Here to mitigate any regret, but at 805 we do sell. Third and final time. Nothing further. Scan the room. Delighted to announce then at 805, 36C Wades Ave, it goes. Goes. Well done. It's sold. Great campaign, Rhiannon, and well done to Audrey, our owner, and congratulations to our purchasers.
Running through the lights of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my tongue. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the lights of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my tongue. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. No matter where we go, our memories won't fade away. So I don't look below. I know we'll make it out okay.
That was a very exciting auction. I now take us forward, excuse me, I now take us forward to 1 bar 36 Tuckers Road. If I could just interrupt good conversation there. I know celebrations and commiseration conversations are happening. But Nathan and Becky Gilbert, our lead agents here. Nathan, you take off your auctioneering hat, put on your sales consultant hat for this one here. You've been representing our owners and of course this property and opportunity. But I know Becky's been doing most of the legwork in the background here at 1 bar 36 Tuckers Road. It's an estate in stratum and freehold. It's Unit 1, Deposited Plan 413643 on Part Lot 4, Deposited Plan 7482. It's having a share in some 756 square metres. Now Nathan and Becky, they've been making all this information, this pertinent information available to you in recent weeks. You would have noted that the settlement date is the 8th of October 2025 or any other such date that's been signed off by our dear owner. Schedule 1, that outlines the list of chattels. I see the fridge that's thrown in, Nathan. That's pretty cool. And the further term of sale, just clause 23 for you to consider. It's nice to hear everyone laughing at my bad jokes this morning. Well, this is a wee honey of a home, this little over 60s unit. It's a wee cracker. It's robustly built, isn't it, in brick. That just gives you good peace of mind. You know it's going to be a very, very easy home for you to own for a number of years ahead. It's neat and it's tidy. It just gives you everything that you need and nothing that you don't. If you enjoy getting stuck into the garden, it's beautiful. There's just enough to keep you occupied without it being too much. A great position here in Tuckers Road, Redwood. It means that you've just got so much in terms of amenities, shops and recreation, nice and close by. Let's tuck into the bidding, shall we? Let's get stuck in here. Who's got an opening bid or offer for me? Do we get underway at a nice optimistic 500,000? I would have thought that should be nice and easy for you to introduce yourself to me. Or more if you like. Good, the crowd goes mild, that's fine. At $500,000, I'll just take a vendor bid there, no problems whatsoever on behalf of my owner. At $500,000, vendor bid with me, a line in the sand at 500. Let's move along and say little quarters at $25,000 to go. Looking for $525 from you, cash and unconditionally, but at $500,000 here in Tuckers Road, single level, 2 bedrooms, everything you need and nothing you don't, neat and tidy. First call at 500 only. As I chase down 25 to go, second call at 500. Third chance, quickly now. Very good, Nathan and Becky. I'm just going to place another vendor bid, never my preference, but in the absence of your bidding, you leave me no choice. At 525, I take another vendor bid there. At 525, I'm done, I'm out. No more bidding from me today. If there's 535, I'll work in your little optimistic $10,000 bid. Otherwise, we might be moving into stage 3 of our marketing. First call at 525. At 525, I put you on notice twice, and for the third and irrevocable time, no problems at 525. It's clearly not for sale today. The educated in the market will appreciate that it's worth more than that. Our owner, she is resolute. She wants to see a sold sticker up. She's looking to get moving on to the next stage and the next step. She wants to see that sold sticker up, so we're now pricing today at $599,000. Sounds sharp, and it is. So at $599, all the very best. Nathan and Becky, of course, to our lovely owner, thanks so much as well. Good luck moving forward. Priced at $599.
Sun is out here overseas. Dark emotions never torn so deep. Falling down through the clouds on. Feeling you. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me.
Okay, lovely. Alrighty, folks, well, let's keep our morning rolling. We're on to our last opportunity. On to our last opportunity of the day now. It is a brought forward auction here at 9 Colesbury Street in Bishopdale, Christchurch City. Cheryl Wright, she puts up bubble-free sold stickers because she does it on the regular. So you know that she's well practiced at putting up those sold stickers. We're going to be putting up one today here in Colesbury because this is a brought forward auction. I'll announce the acceptable pre-auction offer level very, very shortly because that's what you're all here to hear about. But just in case you're new to auctions and especially a brought forward auction, how it works today is I will announce that pre-auction offer level very shortly. That's our reserve price today. We're going to be on the market and selling right from the outset. Now, I won't place any vendor bids. That wouldn't be the right thing to do today. Any bidding that you see will be from other interested parties. I can still refuse a bid if I deem it not in the best interest of my owners, but by and large, I'm going to be really happy to work with any denomination, any number. As long as we're going up, I'm going to be typically very happy and comfortable. When the hammer falls, it's just like any other auction. We will have a few obligations for you to complete. You need to sign any relevant documentation. You need to arrange the payment of the deposit. Now, the documentation, the contract calls for 10% of the purchase price here today, and you need to complete any GST obligations which are outlined in Schedule 3. But as per usual, your bidding, it is cash and unconditional in all respects. All right, Cheryl, let's have a look at this opportunity here. It's an estate and freehold. It's 650 square metres of quality Bishopdale land. It's lot 73. It is deposit plan. I need glasses or I need to be shorter. It's 23894 and it's outlined in your record of title that Cheryl and the team have been sending your way. Settlement date is the 26th of September 2025 or any other such date that's been signed off by our owners. Those further terms of sale, the further terms of sale, yes, it's just clause 23 for you to consider, and Schedule 1 outlines the accurate list of chattels that you receive here by way of your purchase price. I popped through 9 Colesbury just yesterday afternoon just to have a little look around. I'm really not surprised, having now seen it, to see that our campaign's been cut short. This is an absolute honey of a home. This is just a wee gem, isn't it? It's built from that era where they were built to last. They just don't build them like this anymore. There's so much upside and potential in it. You'll see that opportunity there maybe to put your own spin on things, update and modernise as you see fit. But at the end of the day, it's been well loved and cherished and looked after, so completely livable as is. Come spring and summertime, you might be making good use of that lemon tree down the back, just around by the back of the garage there. If you're into a wee gin like I am, you might be using that lemon tree a little bit too often. The large backyard, well, that just offers you flexibility and space to burn off all of the energy for the kids. You're close to Bishopdale Mall, great schools. You've got Cotswold Primary not too far away. Cotswold Kindy I attended when I was a little bit younger than I am now, and it's a goodie. All right, the number that you're all here to hear, $700,000, folks. That's where we sell today. That's our number. At 710. Pardon me, Chris. At 10, 710. I take it. 720 off we go, and 30 now. Would it be 40? But at 30 we have winning bid and offer at this stage. I'll take a 5 if it helps you, Casey. But at $730,000 winning. 732, the peace offering. Another 5 at 7.3 and 7, nicely done. We're close to the airport too at 7.37. It's $737,000 winning bid and offer. Another 7.39. I take it. 42 now with 3. Can't pick your pattern, you call them, I'll count them at 42 now. 742 cash and unconditionally we sell away. 43 now and 48, I take it. Oh, really, Chris? You know how we work. But at 7.45 I take it and I work with you at $745,000. 46. Good decision. At 750 now, winning bid. Casey, I remind your clients that they often stop on round numbers like 750. Banks have got a habit of giving pre-approval to round numbers like that. You need to bid again and test that they could be out. I don't know. One way to find out is bid again. But at 750, here's the market, represented to you here, cash and unconditionally, transparently here at $750,000. When she's gone for good. It's back to the open home trail. Here it is, first call, and it sells at $750,000. I'll work in a $500 bid if you like. Second call, and she sells. Third call, final chance. Congratulations, Chris and your clients. Congratulations at $750,000. It is going, and it is sold. Beautifully done, guys. You bought a cracking good home. To our underbidders, commiserations. You really did fight very hard for that one. Look, that wraps up our program, doesn't it, Rachel? What a good week, and we'll see you all again soon. Thank you.